Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
Hello beautiful babes, welcome back to my channel. In this video I am going to be showing you how I achieved this flawless look in under an hour. Not having your hair done is not it. This hairstyle costs $0, so you have no reason to not feel like that girl. So let's go ahead and get into the video. We're going to keep it very simple. Wash, blow dry your hair, and we're going to come back and you want to blow dry your hair. Now this is the blow dryer that I use because I like to get my hair as straight as possible before my hair even touches the flat irons. Okay, so I have my blown out hair in 4 quadrants. As you can see, we're keeping it very simple. Now I like to go in with my Silk Therapy, and I just put a quarter size amount in each quadrant just to give my hair that nice shine, and this gives a little bit of heat protectant as well. And this is me just making sure I get every single drop on every single strand, so I'm really just working it through my hair. Now I'm just going in with my cheap flat irons, and of course you can use any flat irons of your choice, and I just go ahead and set mine to 400 degrees. Okay, so now we're on to the parting, and this is the most important part. So our parting is going to be no more, no less than 1 inch, and this is exactly how it looks right here. It should be no bigger or no smaller than this. Now, when we are going for that silk press look, we are always going to use a comb. We're always going to chase our flat irons with the comb, and this is going to just ensure that we are getting the smoothest look as possible. So we're making sure we're getting our roots, and like I said, we are just chasing it with that comb. And I like to do no more than 2 passes. Sometimes I can get away with 1 pass, but I just wanted to make sure that my hair was as straight as possible. And again, we're making sure we really get the roots of our hair, and we're just chasing it with that comb. And we are doing 2 passes max. Okay, so now we're moving on to our next section. Again, it's going to be no more than 1 inch. And remember that anytime your hair is not going to fit in the whole flat iron, we're going to separate it. We're not going to force our hair to fit in the flat irons, because if we force our hair to fit in the flat irons and it's too much hair in one section, what's going to happen is our roots are not going to be all the way straight. So I went ahead and parted it in 2. And I'm going to do 2 passes on 1 section, and then I'm going to move on to the next section, and I'm going to finish that off. And again, that's just going to ensure that my hair is as flat as possible at the root. Then we're going to just finish the same way in each quadrant, and I'm just going to go ahead, speed this up, and then finish the rest off camera because it's pretty self-explanatory. Yes, we finished the front. Hey, okay, no, but let me stop playing. It came out very silky, and even though I have blonde in the front of my hair, the darker your hair is, the more silkier it looks. But I'm just showing y'all how I put the front up in a ponytail just to section it off and get it out the way so I can go ahead and flat iron the back. I just wanted to show you guys how I flat iron the back, because I know it's hard for some people to flat iron the back of their hair. Again, I just went ahead and put the Silk Therapy through my hair, and then this is the motion that I'm going to use when flat ironing the back of my hair. You have to put your arms in a weird angle. On the second pass, I kind of switched it up because it was too weird for me, the angle, but this is, you know, again, it's self-explanatory. I'm basically doing it the same way, 2 passes. And in the back, since we have a natural curvature in our hair and our flat irons are straight, we have to section it into 2 sections in the back because it's just not going to fit into the flat iron. So in some sections you have to divide it into 2 sections so we can ensure that the root of our hair is as flat as possible. Okay, so now that the silk press is finished, I'm just going in to clean up my kitchen with my hot comb. This is non-negotiable for me. If you don't have a hot comb, you can definitely use your flat irons, but I just love to use my hot comb because it lets me clean up my kitchen the best. Okay, now I told y'all this one was going to be quick, so we are moving on to the funnest part. We're going to clip them ends. We are getting rid of all those dead ends because this is a silk press. We want our hair to look silky. I should have used me some shears, but we're going to make it wherever we have. So this is how I clip my end. This is the easiest, most efficient for me. I'm just starting off at the front, cutting into my liking, and then I'm using that little part that I cut as a guide. I'm going to show you guys different shots so you can see exactly what I mean. I'm using that part that I cut off initially as a guide so I know how much to cut off the second section. Okay, so now we made it to the other side. This is me just measuring to make sure both sides get cut the same length first before I start cutting the other side. Look at this look. You could just keep your hair just like this. But if you want a little touch of razzle dazzle, then you stay here and watch what I do next. Okay, so we are going for that Barbie look. This is going to be short, quick, and easy. So I'm just making myself a side part, and I'm making sure I get the side parting to where I like it. And I'm not taking off too much from the front. This is how much I like to take off for the side part. I'm gonna move on to the other side, and we're also gonna take a small section off of this side. Okay, so now that we have both those sections, I'm just combing the back up into a ponytail just to get it out the way, because what we're going to do next is we're going to mold those two sections that we have in the front, and we're just going to put it into a little ponytail in the back of our head to make it more secure. So to do that, we're just putting this up into a ponytail just to get it out the way so it doesn't get caught with the other small ponytail that we're going to make in the back. I'm just going to go ahead and clean up my parting with Shine Jam. You don't have to use this jam. You can use any jam, anything that you can use to clean up your parting. And I'm just going to get some of my edges out the way, and I'm going to pull it back just to see if I like this look, just to make sure I didn't take too much out or too little. And if you see a girl looking off to the side, I'm just looking in my other mirror. But anyway, I'm using my melting spray. Now, this is all I had because, like I said, this is going to cost you $0. So we're just using what we have in our house. So I'm using my melting spray. I find that when I use melting spray, I get it to lay more flat. And you can use got-to-be glue. You can use spritz. Anything that will allow your hair to lay as flat as possible. And since I'm using the melting spray, I'm also going to use my blow dryers just to get it to lay down as flat as possible. Okay, so now that we have everything flat and laid down, I'm going to take myself a rubber band. I'm going to tie that in the back and then put it in the rubber band to make sure it's secure. And just to make sure it's laid, I went ahead and I took a scarf and I just tied it up for about 5 minutes. Okay, so now we're back. 5 minutes has passed. I have combed it out, and this is just one of the trust the moments process. So I'm using my flat irons again just to bump the ends. And yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Look at that curl, y'all. It's so cute. So I'm just repeating the same thing all around my head. Okay, so after I finish playing around with my edges, I'm just going to comb it through, and that is it. That is all. Look at how cute this look is, and look how fast it took us to complete this look. Absolutely make this your next hairdo. It is so beautiful. I just absolutely love how long it lasts, how fast it took me to complete this, and how affordable it is, being that it cost $0 and we did it right at home. So if you like this look, make sure you hit like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead and share the video with a friend, and I'll see you in the next video.